Hello everyone and welcome back to Sendix Weather channel. Today we're taking a look at the latest from the models for the next couple of weeks, which will take us to middle of March, well middle to the third week, to the fourth week of March possibly, so around the 26th of March. Today we're going to have a look at the main models of course, with the GFS GEM and the ECMWF, and of course the preceding ensembles to see what they are showing, as well as having a quick look at the shorter range and the potential for a little bit of winteriness, but not focusing too much on it, as we're not expecting to see much at all, if any, in most places. Now, some places might see, some, especially over your higher ground in the north and the northeast, but even places further south could see a few wintry flurries. So yeah, we'll have a look at everything. We're first going to start with the GFS ensembles, which are going out to the 20th of March. This is the latest run, the 12Z run from the GFS. You can see we are just moving the milder temperatures away, and we're returning to a colder north or northeasterly wind between around the 11th and the 17th, where it's going to be quite cold, possibly a bit of winteriness again. We'll have a look at that in a moment. And then returning towards average by around the 20th. Anything past around day 10, so around this date, is uncertain nonetheless anyway, and it can change at quite short notice, so it's good to just look at that either way. So we'll start by looking at the GFS operational run today. We'll start where we always start, and we'll have a look at the GFS operational run, the 12Z run. Now this has just come out. Now as you can see, we've been quite mild for the last few days with those southeasterly winds. It's been very pleasant, I must add. Then high pressure is going to retreat into the Atlantic, or retrogress up towards Greenland, mid-Atlantic ridge, bringing the wind, or swapping the wind round to a colder northerly, with cold air masses flooding in Tuesday into Wednesday. So you'll definitely feel a certain chill tomorrow. It's turned colder today. It's 7 degrees at 5 o'clock, so there's definitely been a swap to colder conditions dominating once again for at least a few days. See a trough there on Wednesday into Thursday. That's something to watch out for. Wednesday into Thursday is the highest risk of any wintry showers. Again, in the overnight hours, because during the day, temps won't be too bad. 5, 6, 7 degrees. That cold continues till around Friday, the 14th, where high pressure sits over the top of the country, elevating the temperatures up, but by night could still be quite cold and frosty, but of course, very dry. Now into the longer term, the GFS today decides it wants to bring back the Atlantic, so bringing back unsettled conditions. And the Atlantic, quite zonal patterns, obviously probably milder than average, but the Atlantic's looking quite cool. We'll maintain that westerly wind, the wind from the west, before high pressure again begins to build to the south and, well, to our north and east, bringing the wind from a very mild southerly or southwesterly direction. You can see all the milder airs going to our north, and we're just building heights to our north and east, which looks very summer-like, actually. That'd be a great summer-like pattern if you got that happening. Southwesterly winds, they'd be very mild. There is some quite warm air masses moving into Spain by the end of the run, but this is a complete contrast to its midnight run, where we got blocking going towards Greenland, which is actually what we're probably more likely to see with the with the already occurring sudden stratospheric warming, which has a 2-week lag time, which means that if we were to see any responses in the troposphere, so the weather we experience, it would be around the end of March. So around this period, we'd want to start seeing blocking patterns develop. Now the 6Z start building heights to our north. The midnight run built heights properly towards Greenland, but again, we're on the wrong side as usual. It's so far, it's not to worry about, but the 12Z builds heights towards Scandinavia and brings in a very mild southerly southwesterly wind. I mean, I'd like the southerly southwesterly to come off, I'm not going to lie. That'd be lovely to end March, but we'll see. Now, with the GM next, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more if you do enjoy my content. I do appreciate your support. And let's get them likes up. I've noticed the likes. You've been slacking. Come on, let's get them likes up. I really do appreciate your continued support, though, everyone. I love reading all your comments. Read all of them. So, anyway, sorry about that. So, high pressure beginning to retreat in the Atlantic Wednesday into Thursday. Tuesday into Wednesday, I should say. Sinking the colder air masses southwards. Thursday, again, I've said the highest risk of snow for the north and the east, and they could drift further inland at times. High pressure topples over the top of the country for a time between over the weekend into the start of next week, before high pressure begins to build again back out in the Atlantic, and we bring down a colder northerly shock. Now, this is not a response to the SSW, because that's only a week away from when it occurs, but you can see the high pressures moving out further into the Atlantic, sending the jet stream further southwards and bringing in low pressure or Atlantic weather systems. So, yeah, not a bit mixed with that one. If you have a look at the icon for the next 7 days, very similar for the next few days with that north-northeasterly wind. On Friday, it actually keeps more of an easterly in, so it actually could bring in a few snow showers into central regions there. However, high pressure again topples over and just to the west of the country, keeping it quite dry but cold and frosty by night. Now, I wanted to show this very quickly. This is the GFS 6Z Precip chart, just for a bit of fun and games. It's the GFS, of course. But I just want to show you the potential is not really there for much snow, but there could be a few wintry showers in the north and the east especially. So you go into northern Scotland by Wednesday, we are seeing some wintry showers pop up. And also for central and northern England there. And then parts of Wales could see some wintry showers. Now, by day, you can see it turns back to rain for many low-lying areas. Obviously, over the hills and Pennines, it could still be snow. But for your low-lying areas, it's turning back to rain, most likely. But, you know, there's a few wintry showers around, most likely to settle overnight. But you can't rule it out, of course. You can't rule out any wintry showers at other times. Like the Wednesday to Thursday looks your best chance of seeing any snow. More likely central northern England. Couldn't rule out a couple of flurries for the south and southeast, but unlikely at this stage to come off. And you can see even into Friday a few patchy flurries around in those stronger easterly winds. But we'll have to wait and see how that develops. So if we have a look again at the GFS ensembles, again, they are updating as we go, but there's not many cold runs. It looks like it's going to return back to average. Probably quite pleasant into the third week of March. It's the end of the month we'll have to focus on next to see if we see any responses to the sudden stratospheric warming. Thank you all very much for tuning in to today's video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.